Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kyser Clark. I have been in the cybersecurity field for over 6 years now, and I currently work as a full-time penetration tester, also known as an ethical hacker. And I'm here to help you grow your hacking and cybersecurity knowledge. Today, we have another Hack the Box live stream. Today, we're going to be hacking Forest on Hack the Box. This demo is for educational purposes only. Ethical hacking is legal and differs from illegal hacking. Always ensure you have legal permission before performing what you see in this demo. And I haven't actually booted up the machine yet, so we got to do that now. Hack the box. I turn my burp suite proxy off. Try refreshing that again. What's up, Wire Dog Sec? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. How you doing today? Well, I thought I was doing Forest. Where is Forest at? Huh. Sort by release date, difficulty. Oh, because I'm in active machines. That's why. There we go. I was like, where's Forest? Because we was on the active machine tab. Can't stream those. You gotta stream retired machines. Go ahead and spawn it. What's up, Cypher? Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. How you doing today? How'd the exam go? Man, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It didn't go good. Let's just put it that way. It's not a result that I was looking for. What's up, Nixon? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. I like how is LFG gonna be a thing here? Is that something that we gotta start every stream out with now? You're playing your machine real time with you? Oh well, I'm getting off the stream if I gotta play with you. No, I was kidding. That's cool though. That's cool. I never really done like a machine whistle. Well, yeah, I have in a way. Yes, I have, but not live though. Not live. All right, so with Forest, I'm assuming this is Active Directory because it's Windows and Active Directory Forest are a thing. So that's what I'm assuming is going to happen here. And we actually need to connect to our Hack the Box Open VPN. There we go. All right, we got our machine up, and let's go ahead and do our Rust scan as usual. Damn, it's a lot of ports. This is one thing about Windows that I don't like. Like, it's just like, here's a million ports, especially if it's a DC, which is a domain controller. You can tell it's a domain controller because we got Kerberos open, we got DNS open, and every Windows port open ever. And it's these things get wild, bro. But that was a very fast port scan. Let's go ahead and run that one more time because Rust scans so fast. Sometimes it misses ports, and if you don't know what Rust scan is, it's a very fast port scanner. You can download it at github.com/rustscan. And yeah, it's just a fast port scan that I like to use for my initial open port discovery. The syntax is rustscan-a for address. We got the IP address here, -r for range, for the range of ports we want to scan. In this case, 1 through 65,535, which is every single port. And you can see we got a lot of ports open. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 ports open. Let's see what I got the second time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so we got 23 both times, so we can confidently say that these results seem pretty accurate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change directory into Hack the Box, make a directory called Forest, and change directory for and then we will nano ports.txt, paste our open ports in here, and then I got a Python script that takes our ports and gives us a one-liner of all the ports that are open, like this. The reason why we want this output is because Nmap takes scans like this. So we get rid of the 80 here, which is a port that I scanned from a different machine a while back. And then we need to supply our target IP address here, which is that, and we can push enter on this. So what are we doing here? For those who don't know, Nmap, very common port scanner. If you need to know Nmap if you want to be an ethical hacker or a pentester, but it's also good to know if you want to be in any cybersecurity position, and even some IT positions such as like network engineer and stuff. But we're doing Nmap. It's built in a Catalyst by default. -st, which is a TCP connection, also known as a full connection. -a, which is a combination of -o, -sv, and -sc. And then -o is operating system detection. SV is service version detection. SC is Nmap scripting engine. -f script vuln. That is the vulnerability script that I like to run that will potentially find vulnerabilities. It doesn't find vulnerabilities all the time, but sometimes it does. -pn is skipping pings, which is something you normally want to do against a Windows machine, but I just throw it in there pretty much every time because I don't care if it gets pinged or not. So I just because it won't run. Nmap won't run if the target machine doesn't respond to pings. The Nmap script won't run. Luckily, Nmap will tell you try -pn. We'll give you that reminder. So if you're not getting any results back, throw in -pn, especially against Windows. -p is the ports we're scanning, and as in this case, all these ports here, and then our target IP address. All right, so I see SMB open. That's usually my first place I like to check out in this kind of situation. So let's just check that out. What's up, Micah? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. How you doing today? Let's first do enum for Linux. Paste our IP address into here and see what kind of results we get. Let's see if we get any information. Enum for Linux, basically, that's scanning SMB. That's server message block. That's port 445. What's up, Fawn Bradley? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? Glad to see you here. So look, it allows. Oh gosh, we're getting a lot of information here. That's really good. So we got allow session user username blank and password blank. So it enables null logins, which means no username and password. We have a domain name of HTB. We have a domain SID. So that's pretty good information to know. Can't get OS information with SMB client. We know it's Windows, so I'm not really concerned about that. Got OS info. It says can't get OS info, then it says got OS info from service. Access denied. Okay, that makes sense. So here's accounts on the machine. So looks like we got administrator, which is kind of obvious, but we got Andy Hislip. So we got an account called Andy, and the name is Andy Hislip. That's pretty nice to know. Health mailbox. I don't know what the heck that is. That's an account name? Health mailbox exchange 01. So this looks like an email server or something here. This is a lot of information. This is really good. We have Lucinda as an account. We have Mark. We have Santi, Sebastian, SM, Microsoft Exchange migration, system mailbox, Microsoft Exchange approval assistant, discovery search mailbox. A lot of Microsoft Exchange stuff and mailbox. So that's pretty. We might have to attack some email somehow. What's up, Wi-Fi addict? We're gonna stream. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I use OBS. Specifically, I use OBS Studio. I don't even know. I haven't used regular OBS for a long time. But OBS Studio works pretty much the same way as regular OBS, to be honest with you. I think it works slightly better, so I use OBS Studio. Heck, they might even not even have a studio anymore. I think it's been a minute since I downloaded it. It might just be one thing now. I don't know. There's OBS Studio. I just use Studio. They had a few features that I liked that regular OBS didn't have, I guess. Emmanuel, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping. How you doing today? Glad to see you here. Yeah, you're right about that, Wardog site. The manual SMB is definitely necessary because we've seen on the stream where enum for Linux didn't return anything, but then manual probing did return a lot of stuff. So, very valid point. And actually, that's actually a frequent occurrence I'm seeing in my labs that I've been doing off stream, is where like enum for Linux doesn't pop anything, and then manual enumeration does. So you definitely want to use more than one tool when it comes to SMB for sure. Alright, so we got a share name reconnecting. No, we don't have a share name. We got the password info. Minimum password length of 7. That's not terribly too long. Here's our groups. You missed the service account. That might be juicy. You talking about this one right here? I didn't miss it. I just didn't say it out loud. Are you talking about this one right here? service Alfresco, SVC Alfresco. Okay, well, let me just copy. I'm going to copy all this and put it in my notes for safekeeping for later. My notes are on my other monitor if you guys are just wondering. Typically, my notes don't make it on a stream just because I can't really stream my notes. It's got a lot of information that I can't really share. And just overall, it's just pretty much I just copy and paste it into my notes from here. You guys already seen the information. I'm just using this as like a place to store. Let's see here if I can figure out what my notes are. All right, let's do some manual enumeration on this now. Let's go to github.com/Kyser Clark. So these notes I can share with you because it's on GitHub. It's already public information anyways, but there's a lot of notes I just can't put on the stream, unfortunately. Well, maybe if it loads. This is crazy how slow this is right now. Did GitHub break? My internet bad? Bro, is GitHub? Looks like my internet. No. I can load up the exploit database pretty well. Bro, GitHub went down? Like, what the heck's going on right now? Bro, is GitHub down? It's like so slow. This is unfortunate. We got Off6 website? Dude, yeah, not everything's working except for GitHub. So GitHub's down, having a availability issue right now. Someone's DDoSing them or something, dude. That's crazy. That's a cold day in hell, man. GitHub goes down. You know how much of the world relies on GitHub, bro? How am I supposed to do anything now? Like, you know what I mean? How can we even progress? Bro, imagine being like in your OSCP exam and GitHub goes down. That's a fat L. Like in any exam that requires hands-on technical stuff. Like, you gotta have GitHub, dude. GitHub's like one of those things where like you go to every single time, every single lab, every single exam. I think it's just you. No issues on down detector. How's it just me though? When every other page is working, hack the box is working. We can refresh this. It might be me. What happened to why? It might be just me. No, you can reach it as well. Bro, how come every page is working except for GitHub? That makes no sense to me. Let me open up in my non-VM browser. Let's try that. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on. My VM's being dumb. I think it's Firefox, honestly. I think this is why I don't like Firefox, bro. Like, Firefox does stupid crap like this. Like, but Firefox is nice because it has better extensions for web app pen testing. That's the problem. But for everyday browsing, Firefox sucks, bro. Look, yeah, it's popped up in Google Chrome just fine. I don't know. I think it's Firefox, bro. This is crazy. Oh, now it's working. All right, okay, cool. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Have you tried using Brave browser? I think I have for a little bit, but only because I was having issues. I don't know what I was doing. Having issues. So I had an issue scheduling my offsec exam. Like it just wouldn't let me schedule. And offsec support was like, clear your browser cache. And then I'm like, I did clear my browser cache for one. And then they're like, try a different browser. I'm like, bro, I tried every web browser on the market and I can't schedule an exam. Like this is not a me problem right now. And then they came back and were like, all right, we fixed it. I was like, that's what I was trying to say. And I don't know, it was weird. Anyways, I used Brave for that short amount of time, and I don't know. I like Google Chrome. I think it's faster than everything else, and I just like the Google search engine. It works way better than everything else. Like I hate how Chromium doesn't even use Google, which is I guess a plus of Firefox for Kali Linux. So you can't get regular Google Chrome in Linux unless I'm just messing something up. But I can't figure out how to install Chrome, like regular Google Chrome in Linux. Like it's got to be Chromium or nothing. I guess I don't know. Let's go to SMB client and let's just log in with nothing here and see what happens. Alright, the guest account's disabled. Anonymous login successful, but we can't get any shares from SMB client. So I feel like we're at a dead end there. I mean, I don't know what else to try there. That's kind of wild. Let's go over to our InMap results, see what we got. Yeah, it's a lot of ports. I hate when there's a lot of ports open because it's like so many different things you gotta check, man. You know what I mean? Forest, maybe it's an AD reference. It's definitely an AD reference. I always start enumerating SMB for shares. We just did that. In curb roasting, we can't curb roast because we need to have a password to curb roast, and we don't have a password. Trent M, thanks for subscribing on the YouTube channel. I appreciate you. You see it now? See what now? I feel like we are gonna do some curb roasting. I mean, curb roast is open, but like I said, we need a password. That's not curb roasting worse. You get TGG from vulnerable accounts. I think you had to have a password hash or a password of a valid user to do curb roasting. It's ruscan-a for address and then -r for range. Lowercase. Well, you need a password for AS rep roasting too, right? I mean, that's what I always knew. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you had to have a password for that as well. Or you had to be controlling the user. What's up, Trent M? How's it going? I tried null binding. I don't know what you mean. We can check RPC. RPC's open. Try AS reprosing. How do you do it without a password? I thought you had to have a password to do that. Yeah. User password. You don't need to auth with that, Rubius. Yeah, but how am I going to use Rubius when it's a Windows X application when I don't have access to the Windows machine yet? See, all of these require passwords. Oh, here we go. Without credentials. AS Rep Catcher? I've never heard of that tool. Well, let's try that then. I've never used AS Rep Catcher. Is that even installed to Kali by default? Why not? Did I even type that in right? Maybe I gotta capitalize it the right way. May not found. Doesn't exist, dude. It won't work because it needs cross traffic. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, I don't know how to install it anyways. I'm assuming I have to go to GitHub and get it. You can do a dash no pass. Impact it. What do I do? Just apply the IP address? Dash DC IP dash no pass. Requires a target. Like a target user? I did give it a target. I gave it the DCIP. I don't know what else I can try there. So is it? What's the domain name? It was just hacked box, right? HTTP / I do have a list of users we can try, so let's just try one at a time, I suppose. I can just go right for the hard drive administrator at first. Domain should be specified. How do I specify the domain? What's up, AK? No, I don't need the .py because I have Impact built in as a tool. I don't need the Python script. Wrong slash? Not for Windows, I don't think, right? In Windows, it goes that way, right? How do I specify the domain? It tells me to specify the domain in the command, but then it doesn't tell me how to get the domain up there. That's kind of wild, if you ask me. What's the flag to specify domain? Why is it not in the help menu? Bro, that's wild. Target? Isn't that the username that we're attacking now?
Access granted.
Or use HTTP/administrator? Who just followed? Hackblat, thanks for following. Thanks for following over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Oh, that actually did work. So yeah, you're right. I did have the wrong slash. Alright, that's okay. We can try the other accounts. We got a whole list of them we can try. Let's look here. Alright, that didn't work. Try these one at a time, I guess. They get positional arguments in the help menu? Oh, I see it now. I was looking for domain over here. I was like, where the heck is domain? It says it right there. This is why I'm a bad hacker. Like I can't see the crap right in front of me sometimes. Oh crap, we got one, dude. We got one for the service account, dude. Dude, we got one, dude. That's nice. I'm actually kind of surprised that worked. Like, well, I learned something today. I didn't know you could do that with no password, guys. So thanks for telling me that, Wire Dog. I did not. I'm gonna put this command right in my notes. I did not know you could do that, dude. It's common for service accounts. Oh, for real? You learned that in a PH course by TCM? Bro, that's why I gotta take the course. Like, I didn't know that. They don't teach an OCP course, dude. Or the PJ, or the EJPT. Which is the only two. Or the OSEP, actually, now that we're thinking about it. That's 3 certifications that trainings that I've done that they don't tell you how to do that. The OSEP course tells you how to get SPNs, but not without a password. It's like, oh, you have to supply a password. I'm like, oh, I didn't know no pass was an option here. That's crazy, bro. Alright, let's continue on. I guess we'll just keep trying the other users. Oops. Put that there. Alright, well, let's okay, well. Let's see if we can crack this hash. It shouldn't take long for it to run through the whole word list. These hashes are usually pretty quick. Even with Rocky, I think that it only takes a few minutes for it to go through the whole word list. Even with a base 64 rule. I think so. I know, or maybe I'm just thinking, I know for a fact NTL hashes are that way. Like it'll go through all of Rocky in a matter of moments. Which is crazy, but it does. And I think Deus rep hashes do that too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens here. Alright, well, in the meantime, My guess is that the password is weak. I'm hoping so. I'd like to crack it and then move on from here. Otherwise, we're going to have to try to like probe all these ports. I don't want to do that. Watch it be like password 123. Yeah, it's usually something stupid like butterfly 01 or like Batman or something. I guess it's taking longer than I thought it was gonna take. Let's quit that and let's take off the rule just to shorten the word list. Usually so NTLM hashes, they're quick. I guess ASREP hashes aren't quick. Oh, there we go. We took off the rule and I got it. Service with a 3 instead of a E. Oh yeah, I would just use Rocky on Hack the Box. Yeah, that's where I was messing up. Well, on NTLM hashes, if it's an NTLM hash, you can do a rule base like that, and it will literally go through the whole thing like in a couple minutes. What's up, Hamza? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? Glad to see you here. All right, so what can we do? We can try Kerberos at this point, right? With this password. That's what my mind's going to. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, guys. But I feel like that's the next step. Just try to Kerberos here. Yeah, we can try to log in with it too. There's also that. Have I used LOP crack to crack password? I have not.
Access granted.
What's up, Slow Mo J? We're going to stream. Thanks for stopping in. Wait, is AS rep roasting and curb roasting the same thing? I'm confused. I guess I don't know the difference between the two. I thought they were different. Why do they have different terms if it's the same thing? I guess that's what I don't understand. Why do they call it two different things? SPN is curb roasting? I thought we did. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was AS rep roasting. Let's see if that works. That worked. We actually got on the box. What's up, Red 4-1 on the stream? Thanks for stopping in. They are different. Yeah, I know they're different, but I guess I ain't confusing myself. We're on the box, dude. All right, let's see if there's anything on the desktop on this. I doubt it. I bet you we got to make a move. I don't think they're gonna make it this easy. We actually got a user TXT. That's pretty dope. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought we was gonna have to make a pivot before they gave us the hash. So we're on the box. That's pretty cool. That was an AS rep roast. That's what I thought. And he said curb roast. That's why I was confused. I was like, I thought we were. I don't know. Like, I don't really know the difference between an AS rep roast and a curb roast. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I know like to how to do both of them, and then like if I don't get any results, I'm like, all right, well I didn't get anything, you know. This was a very easy. That was pretty easy. And then yeah, we gotta figure out how to escalate privileges. Let's go to AS rep is when the Kerberos pre-auth isn't enabled. Oh, okay. See what's in program files. See if there's like a program running here that we might be able to take advantage of. Doesn't look like there's anything in this one. Let's check the other program files. Kerberos focus on acquisition of TGS tickets, specifically those related to services operating under the user accounts in Active Directory, excluding computer accounts. The encryption of tickets utilizes keys that originates from user passwords, allowing from the possibility of offline credential cracking. Alright, so I don't see anything that's weird sticking out in the program file, so it's gotta be a weird permission thing that we gotta look for. Let's just put WinPs here and let's go from there. That was a service account. So you can't Kerberos a service account. You can. I guess I still understand the difference between AS rep roasting and Kerberosing. It seems the same for me. I guess the difference is like what's going on behind the scenes, which I'll admit, like I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes half the time. Like if I run the tool and get a result, cool. If I don't, then I'll try the other tool. You know what I mean? Like I understand how a key distribution center grants tickets and stuff, but I don't know like high level detail, like the low level detail of the difference between the two different attacks. User account as a service is indicated as a non-empty service principal name property. Change directory tools. Let's do I can't go into my own directory. Oh, I already did change directory. Okay, never mind. I did CD twice. Let's put WinPs on the box here. What's up, Julio? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? Not dry, D-I-R. So we got WinPs on a box. Let's just do a ./winps.exe. We'll see what happens here. This looks kind of interesting. Everybody can write to these named pipes. I would try that since this is an AD theme box. Yeah, I guess you're right. Bro, I haven't used Bloodhound very much. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even really adept at even using it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was putting this in my notes. That looks kind of interesting. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what a name pipe is. Like, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what a name pipe is. And the significance behind it. True is enabled. This user's enabled health mailbox. For what? Display information about local users. So the admin account's enabled. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But this, everybody's disabled except for health mailbox. Or, sorry, everyone's disabled except for, oh no, all these users are enabled. Sebastian, Lucinda, the account that I'm using, Andy, that's all enabled. Mark, oh, okay, these are all enabled. I have all access to my own folder. Cool. Some auto login credentials are found. Default domain name. There's nothing there. What's up, Tech with Cody? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing today? Glad to see you here. %25 done with your modules and Hack the Box CBTS. Let me know how that goes for you, man. Like after you get through 100% and do the exam and pass the exam or fail the exam, I want to know. Because a lot of people say, like, you know, if you pay attention in the course, a lot of people say if you pay attention to the course and you'll do fine in the exam, but I don't know. I've been struggling in the last couple of exams I've been taking, and I mean, I can follow everything in the course to a T, and then when I go to the exam, it's like completely different situation. The last two exams I've tried. I haven't done Hack the Box, but if Hack the Box is truly like, yeah, it's in the course. Because I'm, I think Hack the Box might be the, well, I got a retake for one. Well, I have a few retakes that I got. Their service is running on the inside of this on UDP. I don't know if that's significant or not. There's several paths, hidden files. Let's check those out later. That's interesting. Those don't normally show up. We have all access to WinPeas. Yeah, because I put it there. I wish WinPeas would somehow just not identify itself. It's like, hey, you have full access to WinPeas. It's like, no crap, I put it on the box. Do you know? You ask WinPeas, do you know what executable this is? Of course I know him. He's me. But in this case, it's actually WinPeas doesn't know itself. Like, it's like, yeah, WinPeas, get that thing, hack it up. Not knowing it's itself. Found miscellaneous PHP password regexes. Password equals null. That doesn't seem like it helps me. There's a lot of IP addresses in here. That's what I hate about VMware. These virtual machines, and like none of this matters. I can't say the word. Contemplating. That's how you say it. Contemplating when I finish to go write the OSCP and then work a bit more to write the HTTP CPTS. Well, everyone says the OSCP is easier than CPTS, so that kind of makes sense if you want to do that. And honestly, OSCP is as challenging as it is. It isn't that hard, bro. Like, it's kind of easy compared to some of these other cert companies out here. Well, I guess I've only done one other. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of these hacked, like most of these hacked box machines are harder than OSCP machines, to be honest with you. The OSCP is a hard exam, but compared to the other training out there, it's actually not that bad. There's some definitely harder stuff out there. But I guess it depends on your skill sets. I mean, I've been doing web app testing, and I guess web app's probably a weakness for me because I'm getting my butt kicked by web app certs, dude. Like, I failed OSWA 3 times now, and I'm like, all right, well, let me just take a step back and try to do the PJWT, and I failed that last night. And I'm honestly very upset about it because honestly, I thought I was gonna pass. I submitted a report. I'm like, oh, I got it. It's easy, dude. Like, that's why I'm mad about that certification. Was like, I wasn't gonna talk about this today, but I guess I'll just we're already this far in. I'm not gonna finish the story, but yeah, like I did PJWT literally the last 2 days, and in the rules of engagement it tells you like what you need to have to pass, and I met that mark, and I'm like, all right, well, I did enough to pass. Let me just write the report and submit it, and I submitted it, and then it was like failed. I'm like, how did I fail? Like, I don't understand. Like, I actually reached out to TCM. I'm like, how did I fail? Like, I don't understand how I failed, because you said I needed X amount of points, and I did these objectives, which equals this amount of points, and I don't pass. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, you know what I mean? So that's really frustrating, because had I known I had, because you gotta understand, it's like I submitted my report way earlier than I have to. Out of my testing time, so they give you 48 hours to sit in the exam environment. I only had my exam environment for half that time. So I think I backed out of the exam at about 20, probably about 30 hours, right? So I had an additional 18 hours that I just did not use. And when I say I was in an exam environment for 18 hours, that includes my reporting. So I actually finished, like, I thought I had enough points to pass, like, within, like, I don't know, it was like 7, 8 hours, 9 hours. It wasn't very long. I'm like, oh, this is easy, dude. I'm like, this is a cakewalk. I was like, this is easy. And I did it very fast. And I submitted a report and I was like, failed. I'm like, how did I fail? And they didn't give me a very good tip. Like, it's like, they're supposed to give, well, they give you like a little, hint for your next attempt. And it was like, it didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, I don't understand what this hint's supposed to mean. Like, this doesn't mean anything to me. And then, so I actually emailed the support. I'm like, dude, what the heck does this hint mean? And how did I fail? Like, I had enough points to pass. Like, I should not have failed. And the report was good. Like it's a professionally written report. Like I grabbed the TCM security template and I wrote it exactly how they wrote it. So if they have a problem with the report, then it's like, well, that's your report. Like, I just used your structure. I didn't even put my own flair into it or anything. Like, I just used your report. And that just drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, like, the report has to be good. Like, I couldn't have done bad on the report because, like, I literally use your report template that you have on the internet that anybody can use. And I just put the information in there with your template. And like I said, like, I had enough points to pass. Like, I literally was like, I went to bed. Just speaking openly, perhaps say you or some false flags in the exam. You should double check your work before next time before submitting the report. Which exam was this? I'm talking about the PJWT, the Practical Junior Web Tester from TCM Security. What's up, Network by Matt? Do you have the Learn Unlimited with offsec? I do. Yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm not really hacking this box. I'm like, somewhat, I don't know. You guys are talking about certs. I got worked up about it. It's technically Cody's fault. But yeah, I'm just like, well, there's no flag. Modern Dating Life, thanks for subscribing to the channel over on the YouTube channel. I thank you so much. But yeah, like I said, like, well, there's no flags on that exam. Like, it's like a regular pen test. That's another thing that makes it a hard exam. It's like, well, there's no flags. It's like, I don't know how many vulnerabilities. Like, what's the target here? I'm like, I don't know. You know, and it's like, hey, you need to find this many higher critical vulnerabilities. I'm like, I found like that many higher critical vulnerabilities. And then I was at an impasse. I was like, well, I could go to sleep, wake up tomorrow and try to find more. I was like, well, what's the point in that? I'm like, I got stuff to do. I don't want to spend extra time on the exam when I don't need to. That's probably where I messed up. But the point is, like, I had enough points to pass and I didn't pass. And they didn't tell me why either. You know, I'm just like, you know, if you would have been like, oh yeah, you need one, you know, an extra finding, then I would have spent more time on the box or on the web app. I recommend including tons of screenshots. I took screenshots of everything. I wrote paragraphs. My report was 65 pages long. 65 pages long. If that's not detailed, then I don't know what is, bro. I don't know. You just passed PJWT? Interesting. Well, congrats on passing. Well, I'm really just missing like one higher critical finding. That's all I'm missing. I just need one more higher critical finding is all I need to pass, apparently. I thought I had enough, but apparently you need one more than what they tell you. So if you guys take the exam, you know, you see, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you how many points you need and stuff and how many points you get for doing so many findings or whatever. And I don't want to tell you how many findings I had. I might have already said it, but hopefully I didn't. But like, yeah, if they say, hey, you need this many points, like, go find more points because apparently that's wrong. How your interview with James Scott enjoyed and will add coding into routine, and YouTube recommended your live, so I subbed. Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the stream, Modern Dating Life. I'm glad you liked the interview with James Scott. I'm glad you found a channel. I appreciate you being here, and thanks for subscribing. Yeah, yeah. So I'm frustrated. I don't know. It's just, like I said, had I known that I didn't have enough points to pass, I would have spent my other 18 hours doing the exam because I didn't do my. The reason why I delayed the stream to later in the day than I normally do is because I wanted my exam time. But I was like, my mentality is like, if I get done with the exam early, like I'm just gonna end the exam early, turn it in, and then get the win. Like if I miss a couple vulnerabilities, I don't really care. It's the same cert no matter what. And I do that all the time. I did that for OSCP. I'm like, well, I got 70 points. Why do I want to go to 100? It's the same cert. You know what I mean? Like I could spend more time, but I got other stuff to do. You know what I mean? It's like I already spent a long time on the exam. I'm like, you know, I spent an entire Saturday and half of and an entire Friday night. Like I started the exam at 7 p.m. Friday night, stayed up till 4 in the morning, went to sleep, woke back up, started again at 11 o'clock in the morning, and went from 11 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, dude, I put a lot of time into this. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my Saturday too or Sunday too. Like at least, I could have. If I known I was gonna fail, then I would have not turned in a report. I would have spent my Sunday hacking more. Oh, that's the problem. I have to watch some review videos on the exam as well. I thought it would be a very similar format to PJPT and PNPT. I mean, I don't know. I never done those two, but basically, exam. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, it tells you the rules of engagement. It's like, hey, you got a web app. Okay, we got it. Makes sense. It's a web app test, and then it's like, here it gives you a list of vulnerabilities. It's like these are the vulnerabilities that give you points. And then these vulnerabilities don't give you points, but if you find them, include them in the report anyways. I'm like, all right, that makes sense too. And then I found the like out of the list of vulnerabilities, it's like these are the vulnerabilities that give you points, and this is how many points they give you for finding them. And I found enough to get the points. I'm like, that's what I mean. Like, I've never failed an exam where it's like you get enough points and you fail. You know what I mean? That just like blows my mind. So hopefully TCM security like looks at my email that I sent them today. I basically everything I just said, you guys, I sent in their email. I'm like, why did I fail? How did I fail? And then I asked for like more feedback on the feedback that they gave me, and like, I don't know, depending on what they say, we'll go from there. I mean, I'm obviously going to take the exam again because I get a free retake. And luckily, hopefully, I get the same box again, the same web app again, because it's already done. I just gotta go find like one more finding, I think, and then so I'd have like a full 48 hours to go find one more finding, and the report's already typed out. All I gotta do is take that one finding and just plug it in at the top, assuming it's like a critical finding, which I'm assuming it is, because low findings don't give you points on that exam. But yeah, we'll see what happens. First time I ever failed an exam where I had enough points to pass. It's weird. It was weird, man. Dude, I literally was like, I went to bed. I was like, okay, I need to find one more high or critical finding. That's it. I went to bed. I'm like, I'm not sure. I just went to bed. I was like, I don't know where to look. I'm like, maybe it's here, maybe it's there. I'm like, went to bed, woke up the next day, and like, I was like, let me see what I can try. And I would say within like 3 hours, I was like, oh, here's a critical finding. Well, no, that particular one was a high. I already found a critical. But yeah, I was like, oh, it's a high finding. I passed. I was like, oh, immediately I just like, oh, I passed. Let me start writing my report now. And I'm like, I just wrote my report, made it as good as I could. And then I'm like, the whole time I was like, all I gotta do is just write the report now, and then throw in these low findings that don't give me points, but they want anyways. I'm like, all right, we'll throw those in there. And then I went to bed, like literally celebrate. I turned my report. I'm like, I'm celebrating. I'm like, dude, good job, Kyser. You won. Congratulations. I'm like, patting myself on the back. I woke up the next morning, which is kind of crazy. They graded my exam in 6 hours. I'm not kidding. 6 hours. I went to bed at 1 in the morning. I woke up at 8. the email at 7 o'clock in the morning was like, hey, your exam results are in. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I logged in on the dashboard and it's like, failed. I'm like, what? I reported a red herring. What's a red herring? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I might have. I mean, I don't know what a red herring is. Kind of makes me want to take it. I mean, I guess well, like I said, you know, depending on what TCM says in that email, and then depending on how my retake goes, will determine if I recommend that cert or not. Because it's just I mean, like right now, like if I only had one exam attempt, I honestly couldn't recommend it. I'm like, I could not recommend this. Like you're giving me an exam where the goalpost of passing is shifting. Like you gave me a clear, defined target, and I met the target. Like imagine saying, "Hey, guy, shoot the bullseye," and you shoot the bullseye, and he's like, "That wasn't good enough, brother." I'm like, "What?" At least with like OSCP, it's like, "Oh, you get 100 points available," and it's like you get 70 points and you pass. It's like, all right, it's like a clear like win or lose. Like I don't know. I like the flag system a lot. The flag system makes a lot of sense to me. I'm like, okay, well, it's like find a flag, get points. Red herring is something you believe to be real, but it's false positive. No offense, but it sounds like you're just salty due to failing. I mean, I'm not gonna take offense. I mean, I am salty. I mean, it's like that's a fact, but like, I guess I'm salty because I had more time, and had I known that I was gonna fail, like I would have just spent. I had 18 more hours. Like I could have found another vulnerability in 18 hours. You know what I mean? But something you believe is real, but is a false positive. I didn't report any false positives though. I mean, it's like a legitimate like I had like. But here's another thing. It's like I completely compromise all three pillars of the CIA triad: availability, integrity, and confidentiality. All three of them completely 100% destroyed all of it. Like I'm like, I have full access to the database. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. That's why I don't want to talk about. I didn't want to appear like complain, but I mean, I can't help but complain because it's like I said, it's a bit. Yeah, I just didn't really like the exam experience. I mean, it was cool. It was cool until I got to fail. I'm like, all right, well, I got a web app here. I wrote a report. I spent a lot of time on it, and it is like a real world engagement. And you know, like, did I find everything? No, I was like, oh, I'm sure there's like one or two things that I didn't find. I'm like, all right, I'm okay with that. But my problem is like when I find when I have enough points to pass and I report 3 to when I report enough vulnerabilities and then I fail, it's like, I don't know. What cert's my top priority right now? I don't know. I'm working on 3 of them at the same time, so I don't know, man. I have OSWA scheduled for later this month. And that exam's hard, and I failed it 3 times now, but the thing with that one, it's like, well, I failed because I didn't get enough points. Like, okay, that makes sense. I knew that I didn't have enough to win because I didn't get enough flags. You have to get enough flags to pass. I'm like, all right, well, that makes sense. And the problem is like it's a skill issue. I'm like, all right, well, skill issue. You know, And I'm sorry about that one because like I feel like the course doesn't teach you all the techniques you need to use. So I applied all the course attacks in the exam, and I'm like, I don't know how to get these last couple flags to pass because I got 4 out of 10, and you need 7, so I need 3 more. But the problem is like I can't get. What's a cool off with Learn Unlimited? The first time you fail, it's 2 weeks. The second time you fail is 3 weeks. And then after that, it's always 4 weeks. I think that's how it is. I know the first one's 2 weeks. And then I'm pretty sure the second time is 3. And then everything else after that's 4. So, yeah. But I'm rambling about the PJWT. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I mean, I'll give you my opinion. My opinion will be finalized after I sit for the exam again and do it again. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like I felt backstabbed. Like, you know, I wrote a 65-page report with a handful of high and critical findings, and I still failed when I had enough points. I don't know. Back to business. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what to do. I guess I was rambling because I got stuck. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't see anything interesting in this Limpy's output. I would move to Blood. Dude, I don't even know how to use Blood. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I really don't know how to use it. I've used it one time. I've never needed it before. I guess we're gonna learn today. I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Notice your Air Force vet. Would you recommend? I was thinking about commissioning as a 22-year-old to get clearance, but leaning towards just grinding for private sector. Dude, joining the Air Force is the best decision of my life. Highly recommend, dude. Like, yeah, highly recommend. Like, I couldn't. There's really no negatives, man. The only negative is pay. But you're 22 years old, so you probably don't make that much money now. But even if you do, and like if you're in a job that's not in a tech field right now, it's worth it. Because I worked in an oil refiner as a 22-year-old, and I was making $16.50 an hour, which is a lot at that time. And back in 20 2014, $16.50 an hour where I live was a lot of money. Like that's like that was pretty much double of what all my friends was making at the time. All my friends were making minimum wage like $7, $8 an hour, and I'm making $16.50. So it was a lot of money for a 22-year-old at the time, and I took a big pay cut. And it was more money than just $16.50 an hour, because if I worked out of town, they would give me $2 more an hour, $18.50 an hour, and then they would give me per diem, which was another $400 a month on top of that when I worked out of town. And there was a lot of overtime, and that's where you know, when you get overtime, you're looking at, you know, $20 something an hour. Like that's a lot of money for a 22-year-old with no family. Anyways, the moral story is I took a huge pay cut going to the military. Like when I went to the military, I was broke, dude. I'm like, dude, I don't know how I can pay my bills. I'm struggling, dude. Like, I took $1,000. I put it in my bank account before I went. Like I'm not even kidding. Like on the way to basic training, not basic training, but on the way to MEPS, which is military entry processing. That's where you gotta go through it before you go into military. On the way to MEPS, I had my parents drop me off at the bank, right? I took $1,000 cash, put it in my bank account. I'm like, all right, this will cover my bills, because I didn't have that many bills. I had a car payment and some credit cards. I was like, if I just make the minimum payments on my credit cards and make my car payment, that's all I need. And I'm making money while I'm in too. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're in basic training, you're making X amount of money too. I'm like, with the money coming in, the money I got in there, $1,000 should be enough. I get out of basic training, I had $0, bro. Like $0. My first day out of basic training, like my bank account, nothing, absolutely no money, dude. And I'm like, oh my god, what the heck happened to my $1,000? You telling me I worked for 2 months and I have less money? Like, how? It was frustrating, bro. But that's the biggest pain point when it comes to joining the military. But the pay cut was worth it for sure, because once you get promoted a couple of times, like once you get to E4, like you can actually start saving money. But E1 through 3 is terrible. But if you commission, sorry, this is a long one in here, but if you commission, you're not gonna have that problem, because officers make like triple of what an enlisted makes. So you'll be off. You'll be set. So like if you commission, like the lowest rank commission makes the equivalent as an E6 on the enlisted side. So officers, like the lowest ranking officer makes the same amount of money as an E6 enlisted person. And to put that in contrast, like I don't know how much you know about military, but like for those that don't know, an E6 is pretty high up the ladder, man. Like I was in for 6 years and I was E5. And I didn't even have the option to go to E6, because you have to be in for a certain amount of time before they even make you eligible. I was never eligible because I wasn't in long enough. I got out before I was even eligible to make E6. You don't start making decent money till E4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a struggle to E4. And the Air Force is a very slow promoting branch. Like the Army, the Marines, and the Navy, they promote a lot faster than the Air Force. Yeah, one time I'm gonna tell you a story. This one time I had this lieutenant talking to me, saying how she didn't have as much money to like buy furniture and stuff, and she was broke and all this. And I'm like, I wish I would have just told her. I was afraid to tell her because obviously I'm an enlisted person. You can't really talk shit to the officers. But I just want to tell them, like, you make more money than like almost everybody here. Like only like the senior enlisted is like you're you know what I mean? Like how, I don't, like, yeah, it was so frustrating. I'm like, you make way more money. Like you make like double the amount I make, and then I'm doing fine. Like I'm stacking. Like I'm an E5 at a time, And she's complaining about money. I'm like, I'm an E5 and I'm stacking money in my bank account, bro. I'm like, dude, my bank account's never been bigger. And she's complaining about money. I'm like, if I had your job, like, I'd have triple. Yeah, we're talking about the military, but yeah. Anyways, moral story. It was a great decision of my life. The only thing that sucked about it was the pay. Like struggling in those early days, from E1 to E3. Like WireDogSec said, like you don't start making decent money until about E4. Once you get to E4, you can actually start saving money. All right, we gotta figure out how to use Bloodhound. We're just gonna learn today. Or take a deployment. It was so slow money, Jay. I said slow money, Jay. It's slow mo, Jay. I was thinking money, slow mo, Jay. Most money I ever made was when I deployed. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's cool and all if you get the opportunity to deploy. My first duty station. I was in a non-deployable spot, and then I never had the opportunity to deploy. Never had it. Unfortunately, I would have volunteered for it. In my early career, I would have definitely volunteered for that. Now, when I got to when I was like a year from separating, I'm like, I don't want to deploy now. Like, I'm almost out. Like, I got to focus on getting a job and stuff. I wouldn't have volunteered for a deployment my last year, but my first 4.5, 5 years, I would have easily. I'm like, yeah, sign me up. And that's what, yeah, it sucks. Not everybody gets to deploy. And that's what sucks about the military. Not everybody gets to deploy who wants to deploy, and then some people deploy when they don't want to deploy. It's kind of backwards, man. And I remember having a discussion with somebody. It was like, well, it's like, who do you take on a deployment? The person who wants to deploy for the money, or the person who knows their job better? And it's like, the person that knows their job better should deploy because lives are on the line out there. But then it's like, well, what if you took the person who wanted to go, even if they were a little bit lacking in the skill sets, maybe they weren't as ready as the other person. But if you take someone that's willing to go, I'm like, in my opinion, it's like the attitude matters a lot. Like I've never been deployed, so I don't know. But I feel like if you take someone who has a really good attitude, even if they are lacking in the skill set department, like take them anyways, than the guy that's like knows everything but doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean? Because attitude's everything. But that's sometimes don't work that way. What's up, Jose? One of the stream, thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. Yeah, it's always on YouTube. These are always on YouTube. We're just rambling at this point. That's not what I wanted to do. How do I get default user? I wanted to copy this link. Attitudes matter on deployment. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I had a discussion with someone that actually did deploy, and they're like, "No, I want the guy that knows what they're doing." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, if you say so." Like, because I don't care if they want to be there or not. I'm taking a guy who knows what they're doing. I'm like, but don't you think the person that has a better attitude would learn pretty quickly? Like they're like maybe, but maybe not. So yeah, there's a debate there for sure. Because I've seen it. I've seen people get deployed that did not want to go, and I've seen people that didn't get deployed that wanted to go. I've seen it firsthand. How do we use this? Do I just grab Bloodhound Pie? It's based on Impacket. Well, I already have Impacket installed. I was in the US MC during the GY era. I got deployed 2 times. Good luck with deployments in peacetime. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is actually. I mean, they still happen, but not as likely. Well, I'm saying is like I already have Impact installed though, and dude, Pip hasn't been working lately. That's another thing too. Let's talk about that. Like, why has Pip not been working? Yeah, see, this is one. I don't know what happened to the Kali Linux repos, but it's no longer pip install the thing you want to pip. You have to type in this now. You have to try app install Python 3 dash Bloodhound. And then it can't find anything. Dude, like, I've been having problems. Anything that requires pip install doesn't. I can't ever install it. I run on apt-get update. I could have sworn I ran this the other day. I feel like it's not outdated, but we'll see. Try pip3. Pip3 install. So I'm not doing it. It wants you to do app install python dash xyz, where xyz is the package. Well, that doesn't work, dude. So like, I don't understand why they changed this, and they broke. I feel like they broke almost everything, like, because of this. It makes it hard. Like, how do I install Bloodhound now? That's wild to me. Pip3 doesn't work. Pip doesn't work. App install Python 3 dash Bloodhound doesn't work. It's like, what can I do? I think Tech with Cody. Yeah, would you do that? I don't know what you mean by it. I don't know what you're asking. Tech with Cody. Sudo app update and sudo. No, I can't do an app up. No. Sudo app install dash y Bloodhound. Offsec said that's the command. App install dash y Bloodhound. Guys, I'll be right back. Bloodhound installed now. The installation will add a command line Bloodhound Python to your path. Use the end gesture at a minimum and you need credentials of the domain you're logging into. You'll need to specify the -u option with the username of this domain. Then do sudo neo4j console. You'll need to specify -u with the username of the domain. Oh. Bloodhound.py or sharpen. Is sharpen and bloodhound py the same thing? Oh, bloodhound-python? They both do collections. Have you tried pipex instead of pip? I have not. I've done it in the past, but I haven't done. I kind of forget about pipex sometimes. I wish it would give me a typical usage, like which flags are mandatory and which ones aren't mandatory. You know what I mean? I like when tools are like typical usage. Boom, you want the domain flag, you want the name flag, you want the IP flag. It's like, which flags do I know I need to use? I mean, probably clearly using a password, I'd imagine, and then I'd probably have to use maybe DC. I heard doing hack the box CBTS, I could go back and do OCP. However, I may take the OCP when I'm done with those modules and go right with the OCP. I would get OSCP before the CBTS. That's what I did. I don't have CBTS, I have OSCP. A lot of people say the CBTS is harder. And the OSCP gets you more interviews anyways, so I would go for the OSCP first, personally. That's why I won't even attempt the CPTS. Bloodhound Python-C all username-P Python. Do you think the plus in OCP is going to be a big deal? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I don't think it'll be a big deal at first. Hiring managers and recruiters and companies, they're not up to date with their certifications. Thanks for putting that command in there, by the way, Wired Dog. I literally just copy and paste that in here. They're not up to date with their certifications. When new certifications come out, like that's why you don't see CPTS and PMPT on job apps that much, because they're out of not up to date with the current training, which is crazy because they want you to be up to date, but they're not up to date themselves. It's kind of hypocritical in my opinion, but that's just how the job market is right now. And yeah, so I don't think the plus is going to matter anytime soon. But it could in the future. In my opinion, like if you got an ability to go after the plus, like you might as well. Because it's better, having the plus is better than not having the plus. But if you don't have the plus, it's like I wouldn't be losing sleep over it. Because it's hard to tell. They might not, like it's, oh, what just happened? Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I gotta add a DC IP. Domain. I gotta fill this out too. Hack the box. Name server, domain, IP. I'm assuming that's what NS stands for. Could be wrong. That didn't work either. Hiring managers don't even know half these certs, and they still deny us. Yeah, that's exactly it. Every interview I've been in, web app, OSCP. Yeah, OSCP is going to give you a lot of interviews. But then they'll still reject you because you don't have 7 years of experience. $1,500 jobs on LinkedIn. I only heard back from 3 people. Did you apply to 1,500 jobs? Or that's just how many that's open right now? Applied these in 4 months and over 300 on Indeed. Dang, that's a lot. Try it without the -D. That seems like it worked. It looks like it's thinking. Nope, didn't. Let's read the documentation again. You applied to just under 1,500? Dang. That's crazy. What's up, Crown Reborn? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. I could have sworn it was hack the box was right. Did I got the right IP address? Yeah, I did. Net plus sec plus USA and then took pentest plus beta. Oh, that's just it. Like those certifications aren't good enough for the hiring managers and the recruiters. Unfortunately, you do if you want a pen test job, you do have to have either experience or an OSCP, one or the other. If you have a CPTS, there might be a couple recruiters out there that know you're talking about, but most of them don't. Check the map results for the domain. I could have sworn it was just HTTP. Here's what LenPs. It'll tell us in LenPs. Somewhere. The system's inside a domain HTTP. I guess I didn't capitalize it. That could matter. Typically capitalization doesn't matter in Windows, but it didn't work. It's HTTP. I mean, that's what it said on the SMB enumeration too, the enum for Linux. Too much job talk on my youngin'. Yeah, experience is king, which is makes sense, like, right? But the problem is, like, these hiring managers and recruiters, they complain about the skills and knowledge shortage, but then they don't hire people with advanced certifications to do the job. And I would consider OSCP an advanced certification, but you still get, even with the OSCP, you're still going to get rejected. Like, a bunch of times. Because, I mean, I applied to probably about 150 to 200 different positions. And I think I got 2 job offers. I took the one I'm in now, obviously. And then, well, no, sorry, I had 3 job offers. One got withdrew. I accepted it. I accepted a job offer. It got withdrawn. So then I go back and start applying for more. I got 2 more job offers. But out of 150 applications, I feel like 3 job offers isn't very good. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like should have been higher than that, but no, I had a lot of interviews. But a lot of these, well, that's another problem. Like, you get in the interviews, and then they, well, I had one guy tell me, like, yeah, this job pays $90,000 a year. I'm like, no. What did he say? I think he said 80 to 85 or something. I'm like, I'm not working for $85,000 a year, dude. And we just didn't talk again. That's another thing. So they might hire you if you willing to take a low salary, but I wouldn't do that. Just keep looking for another job. Pentesting jobs should pay over 6 figures, every single one. If you're making under 6 figures in the United States, you're underpaid. But a lot of companies, I'm not even kidding. I had a recruiter hit me up on my email and they're like, we're paying $85,000 a year. It wasn't even that. It was like $83,000 a year contract position, so no benefits, just a flat 83,000, which is, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even a salary. It was an hourly rate. It was like 40 something dollars an hour. And they wanted 8 years of experience. I'm like, 8 years of experience, you know they're gonna pay 40 something dollars an hour? Like, get out of here with that. I literally emailed back to this recruiter. I'm like, you're out of your mind, dude. That stuff makes me mad, bro. They don't want to pay people with actual skills. Yeah, all I see is HCB as the, and I'm looking at my notes, Water Dog, and I just see HCB. as the domain. I don't see any other one. I thought I did see one more, but I can't find it again. I'm trying to find it. You think my bloodhound.py is messed up? How? I just installed it. Use pipx to install it. Pipx. I don't even have pipx installed, bro. I gotta install pipx. I'm just getting started with my cyber with Net Plus USA, and maybe if I pass Pentest Plus beta, asking around. I mean, I think if you have Pentest Plus, I think 75 to 85 is probably okay. But if you get an OSCP, bro, like that automatically bumps up to 6 figures. I don't know what's going on with Bloodhound, but it's not working for me. You're in IT network engineering in Canada right now, 50K a year. I don't know. Well, I don't know the Canada job market. I don't know what's a fair rate. I'm only talking about just strictly in the United States. I did install a pipx. How do I run it? Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, maybe I didn't run this. Pipx install Python. No, Bloodhound. I guess I didn't run it. You're right. I did forget to run it. What's up, Misty Eyed? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. But yeah, I don't know the what's fair pay for you up there in Canada. So I guess anything about what I'm saying, what's fair market value for you is not really relevant. It's a different job market, different economy. You even have a different currency, you know what I mean? Like your dollar is not even the same as our dollar. It says it's already in my path. Can I force this? How do I force this? So yeah, I have used pipx and it says it's not my path variable. Manually modify your path in your shells. Every time I run pipx, it's what it gives me. It doesn't put in my path automatically. You guys get paid way more. Yeah, we do. This time including the conversion rate. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I mean, your guys is constant. I mean, I was in Niagara Falls. I feel like it's pretty expensive up there. I mean, it's just one city. I've never been anywhere else in Canada. But I mean, if the cost of living's low, then it doesn't matter what the gap is. You know what I mean? Like, the new sharpen. Oh, too many tools. I don't know how to use them. Fire Dog that keeps me on track. He's like, dude, shut up and run the tool. He's like, run the damn tool. How do I get sharp pound? I'm not feeling it today. My motivation leaves my soul once I fail a certification exam, bro. Like it's hard to stay motivated when you fail an exam, especially when you guys already heard me talk about it. Dude, is Wi-Fi addict still here? He done left. He's like, dude. He's like, you're complaining about the exam. You sound salty. And he is bounced. Wi-Fi Addy, you still in? Are you still in the chat, bro? He said, no offense, but it sounds like you're just salty due to failing. LOL. Like, bro, I am salty. I hate losing. I'm allowed to be salty. Who likes to fucking lose? You know what I mean? Like, you think when Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl, he's fucking happy? You know what I mean? Like, I'm allowed to be upset that I lost. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, screw that, sir. I literally said I'm gonna retry it. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, I'm not never gonna try again. Like, screw that, sir. I never said that. I just said, look, I just thought it was a little unfair. That doesn't mean I'm gonna give up. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm reading. Which exam did I miss? PJWT, Practical Junior Web Tester from TCM Security. But yeah, I mean, how do I install sharpen in Kali Linux? We have to install Git. Don't I already have Git on the machine though? Let's go ahead and skip that. It's a Microsoft package? Sharpen's a Microsoft thing? I'm so confused. I gotta start exploring their content. I hear really good things. That's what I heard too. That's why I got in the. That's why I stepped in the arena, in the TCM arena there, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel like I got a different experience than everybody else because I thought the training wasn't bad, but it wasn't like stellar either. You know what I mean? Like I felt like everything in the training was super basic. I'm like, okay, this is easy. I'm like going through the course and I'm knocking it out of the park. Like easy. Like I'm like, this is easy. I'm gonna kill this exam. Like I'm not gonna fail this exam. It's easy. This course is easy. Every challenge that they give you, I didn't even need help. I'm like, I just did it. I literally completed every challenge in the course with zero help. I'm like, this is literally easy. I'm like, I'm gonna smash it nail out of the park. Getting the exam, while it wasn't, I feel like it wasn't crazy difficult, but it was harder than expected. But the problem is like, you know, they give you the rules of engagement. It's like, here's the types of vulnerabilities that we want you to report on that will give you points. I was like, all right, well, these are the vulnerabilities I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any other vulnerabilities because I'm only concerned about what's going to give me points. And it's a handful. It's a lot to cover. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's like 3 vulnerabilities. It's like kind of a longer list. But there was some things that's in the course that doesn't give you points. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to test for this. It's not going to give me points. And I found 3 of them. And they tell you to find 3, right? You need to have 75 points, and each vulnerability gives you 25. And I'm like, all right, I have 75 points. Write the report, really nice, turn it in, and then I literally went to bed. I'm like, dude, good job, Kyser, you passed. I'm like, nice work, dude. Easy money, easy win, dude. And I'm like, wake up the next day, and they're like, failed, and I'm like, how did I fail? So yeah, I am a little salty because that's like saying like you go to the store and it's like, hey, this thing that you want costs $20, and you're like, oh cool, I got $20, and then you go to the cash register and they're like, actually it's $50. Sorry, we told you the wrong thing. That's what I felt like. Does it matter if you not rooting machines? I get most user flags, but always stuck on root. I mean, I never like to do that, but you can do whatever you want. I mean, it doesn't matter. I've gotten root on every box I got user on. I don't quit until I get root. Oh, I have to install .NET. Why do I have to install all this nonsense, bro? Can I just get the tool? I'm just... not feeling it, guys. Yeah, I'd say failing cert exams are definitely motivation killers, dude. Like, it sucks. Like, especially when you thought you passed. You're like, I turned a report in. I'm like, dude, another one in the books. Guys, I'm gonna move my ChatGPT window so I can copy and kind of do this faster. .NET sharpen.dll. I have to install you can put .NET on Linux? That's kind of wild to me, if you ask me. See if that does. Let's see if that works. To answer your question, so much, did the test have a lot of rabbit holes? I don't think I had rabbit holes. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it did. You know what I mean? Like my report was 65 pages long. I'm like, dude, how many more vulnerabilities do I got to report on to get a pass? That's what blew me away. I'm like, dude, I found so much here. So I mean, maybe they were rabbit holes. I don't. I would research PJWT reviews and see why people failed their exam attempts. No one really talks about it. I did look up reviews. After I failed, I'm like reading about it. I'm like, I don't know. I read like 3 or 4, but no one really. I think one person said they failed, but they didn't really talk about why they failed. But the thing is, I don't know why I failed. That's the thing. Like, maybe maybe they got the same thing and they didn't know why they failed. You know what I mean? I still don't know why I failed when I had it. I mean, I feel like if I got one more finding and submitted it, it would be a pass, but that's not what it said. It said like, hey, you need this many points, and I had that many points. And I know the report was written really well. I did read that, Wire Dog. I read that article actually. If you don't read it to a T, it could result in a failed. Yeah, but I did follow it to a T. That's the thing. Like I know how to follow instructions. It was clearly like I had everything in there. Dude, every time I try to run a tool, it doesn't work. Like, I don't know, man. Let's just go to guided mode at this point. I don't know what else to try. What domain is the domain controller? For which domain is this machine a domain controller? It's not HTTP? It's something else? What else could it be? Maybe that's why Python, or not Python, Bloodhound's not working. I would double check everything next time around. I mean, I guess, but I mean, I did double check everything. That I submitted anyways. Like I said, I wasn't trying to find every vulnerability in the web app. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm like, all right, well, I'm just like, give me enough points to pass so I can move on with my life. I got stuff to do. Like dedicating 4 entire days to an exam is crazy to me. Like I can't dedicate that much time to an exam, dude. It's like I dedicated an entire Saturday. I basically dedicated 2 entire days. And I'm like, all right, well I put a lot of time into this. But like I said, I did double check everything. Like there's nothing really wrong with it. In my opinion, like I felt good submitting that report. I'd feel good sending a report to a client. I'm like, dude, we found a lot of vulnerabilities here. But that's what makes me mad about it. It's like the goal isn't clearly defined. When they clearly defined in the rules of engagement, but then in actuality, it wasn't that. You know what I mean? And if it's like, oh, you didn't find enough findings, like, okay, if that's the case, then why didn't you just say, hey, go find, you need 100 points to pass instead of 75? I was like, just say that then. I can't see the domain. I'm trying to find it. I could have sworn there was. It's not Hack the Box. It's HCB something. I could have. Where was this at? Let's look at the hint. It's in Nmap. Where? Let's see, work group Hack the Box. I did mine over the weekend. Took time off work. Yeah, I mean I didn't use Sunday. Like that's the thing too. It's like, I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I'm just mad about the whole process. I could have spent my entire Sunday doing it, working on it too. But I didn't because I met the goal. You know what I mean? That's why I turned my stuff in early. If I known I needed to find one more finding, then I would have not turned it in early. You said check in map results. I'm still not finding it though. Like I see a work group HCB, but I don't see I don't see a domain name anywhere here. Oh, I don't even need to answer this question, bro. What group has right DACL permissions over the HTTP local domain? It's http.local. That's the domain. It doesn't say that anywhere, bro. I did not see that literally anywhere. I thought I saw one place. Let's look here. Too much. Because you need to use Bloodhound. If it's not working for me though, I'd use it if it worked. That's not that dude. The latest Kali update ruined so many tools. I'm telling you. I could have sworn I did see hcb.local somewhere. Once you have a show access on a machine, you can upload or use a Bloodhound digester. Loading the output files to Bloodhound will give you a nice graphical representation of the relations inside the domain. Then you can mark the user SVC as owned and run the query shortest path to high value targets to get the answer. Cool, but I don't know how to run the tool. Every time I try to do anything, it fails. Every tool I ever run. Like it's been like this for months now. Every new tool I try to install doesn't work. Error after error. Because the Kali repository, there's something broken. And I had to do like some like weird stuff to like fix my GUI. It was all broken and stuff. I spent 4 hours just building a Kali Linux machine that worked. Because every time I ran a sudo app upgrade, like it would break. Like I mean like completely break to an unusable state. I'll be right back.
Access granted.
All right, I'm back. I guess we can try to run Bloodhound again because we had the domain wrong, maybe. It's hcp.local. Hey, it worked that time. We just had the domain wrong, but I don't know where that came, like where HTTP local was. I thought I saw it somewhere, but I didn't think much of it. I just forgot. I was like, oh, it says HTTP. That's what it says everywhere else. It's like when you see HTTP as a domain like 70 times, and you see HTTP local, you like give HTTP local like a second thought. Now what do I do? How do I feed these results? That's not what I wanted to do. Go back. How do I feed these results in the Bloodhound? Okay, I run a Neo4j console. Finally run the Bloodhound command. Alright, I guess I gotta open a new terminal. What's it? You must change the default creds. Visit to set up new creds. Hey, it's not. It's asking me to set up new creds? How do I? Oh, I gotta navigate to here. Neo4j, Neo4j. Credentials need to be changed. Don't let me, now what do I do? I just log in now? I have used this one time in the past. Let's try hacking around, but I haven't used this. It's been over probably close to 2.5 years now, maybe 3 years. That's crazy how I've gotten this far without Bloodhound, but I just ain't never needed it. I did not need Bloodhound to pass my first OSCP attempt. I didn't need Bloodhound for the OSCP labs either. That's actually the only network pentester I have. No, I have EJPT. You don't need Bloodhound for that either. And obviously, I've been working a lot on web app tests lately, so exams, but that's web apps. That's not network testing. So obviously, I didn't use Bloodhound for those. Update the JSON files. Where is it stored at by default? That's what I don't understand. Jeez, I don't know where to export graph, upload data. Where is it stored at? Bloodhound? Is it this? Where does it get stored? It didn't say outputted. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn it said. Upload them from the collection? Where's that at? Is there a Bloodhound directory? I'm in it right now. I see a JSON. Is this it? Is this it right here? The Swift shader? Oh, is it, or is it just this? Look in the terminal? Yeah. No, it's in Tools Bloodhound. I ran it in Tools Bloodhound right here. Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm in the wrong Bloodhound. This is a second Bloodhound directory. That's what's confusing me. Okay. Tools. Bloodhound. Collectors. Is it this one? What do I upload? Is it this one? Well, which one do I upload? Users, groups, GPOs, domains, containers? Or do I upload all of these? Can I hit all of these? I really need to read my tool output. I read it though. Where does it? It doesn't tell me where it's stored at. It just says found all the stuff. It didn't tell me where I put the output at all. Upload progress. Really? I guess I don't. Oh, now what do I do? Pathfinding? I think target node. Go to analysis. Oh, okay. my god, what the heck? Where do I even start on this chart, bro? Like, what the heck? Where's my user? Oh, I'm here. So I'm a member of service accounts. That makes sense. Who's a member of privileged IT accounts? Okay. Who's a member of account operators? Find shortest path to domain admin. Shortest path to domain admins for own principals. No data. Shortest path to domain admins. Oh, there we go. This is a lot easier to follow. So I'm a member of service accounts, who's a member of privilege accounts, part of the force. So I'm a privileged IT who can PS remote. What's that mean, PS remote? Check for GPOs. Partial remote. Well, what's that mean though? Like remote login? I'm not. GP link. I don't know any of this stuff. Oh, what's GP link? I don't know how to use this tool. I mean, it makes sense. Like I'm here. I'm a member of service accounts. I'm a member of, who is a member of privileged IT accounts. Okay, so I'm a privileged IT account. Can PS remote. To force HCB local. The name of the box is called force, so taking over the force makes sense. Actually, how do I do that? I don't know. Click on it. Click on generic right. Oh man, I have never done this before. Which group has right tactical permissions over the hack the box local domain? Then you can mark the user SVC as owned and run the core shortest path to highlight targets to get the answer. How do I mark my user? How do I mark this as owned user? Set as ending node. Mark user as owned. And then said my shortest path to high value targets is what they're doing. Find computers where domain users are local admin. Which one am I looking for again? Run a query, shortest path to high value targets. Can I just copy this and paste it in a query? Do I just say run the query, run the query, run the query? I didn't do it. Database info? Node info? Shortest path. I thought we. Here we go. Here we go. High value. Oh, there we go. Found it. I was on this one earlier. Account operators are HTTP local. Enterprise key admins. Add a credential link. Oh gosh. Is that the answer? Add credential link? Group name. It's a group name. Which group has right DACL permissions? Oh, I don't know. Do I click it? How do I see which? Oh, here we go. Right DACL. Right DACL. Oh, here we go. Exchange. That's a big group name. Exchange Trusted Subsystem. Is this a group? Yeah. I mean, that symbol looks like it'd be for a group. Right DACL. Exchange Trusted Subsystem. That's a long name, dude. Can I copy this? How's that not right, bro? Yeah, get some sleep, gotta get up early. Yeah, I feel that. Maybe it's this one. Service accounts? Well, let's try to delete the domain, I guess, and see if that works. Nope. I don't understand. Right dackle. That's what I found. And the two groups in between it somehow. Is it this one? Enterprise key admins? I doubt it. I mean, maybe it is this one. I know about generic all a little bit, but I know it's good to have. Whoa, not if you're a defender. As an attacker, that's what we want. But I don't know how to. Bro, I can submit every group in this fucking database and it won't give me the goddamn answer, dude. Like, I don't understand. How many more groups can I add in here? Right dackle. There's tons of groups with right dackle. Well, that worked. Okay, good. The user SVCO is a member of a group that allows them to add themselves to exchange Windows permissions. Which group is that? Exchange Trusted Subsystem. Well, no. It's gotta be this one. Of course. Brother. How is that not right? Service account. I'm only a member of two groups. Domain users, which makes sense. This is frustrating. I already submitted this as an answer. Account operators? That's the answer? How though? How is it account operators? Look at my group memberships. There's one, service accounts. Two, domain users. Neither one of those is account operators. If I go back to where I was at, shortest path to high value targets, which is where it's hoping to go. Look at my path. Privilege, yeah. It's like 4 groups away. Member of service accounts. Okay, that makes sense. And it says I need access to the exchange windows permissions. It's like 4 hops away, bro. Account operators. That's just wild to me. Where's the hint save for that? You have to look at groups that they belong to. Members of one of these groups, according to Microsoft, are able to create and modify. Bro, I don't belong to that group. That just kind of blows my mind. I was like, how do I belong to that group? It didn't say that. Which of the following attacks can you perform to elevate your privileges with a user that has redactyl on the domain? Pass a hash, pass a ticket, DC sync. Probably DC sync. So I gotta do a DC sync attack. How do I do it though? I don't know how to do that. How do I do a DC sync? I guess if I do this command, it's supposed to give me some hashes. If I get like an admin hash, I could just pass the hash and log in, I guess. See if it works. That's what I'm thinking. Nixon, did you finish the box art? I know you said you started it when I started it. I feel like you probably already got it done by now because I've been rambling this whole stream and not really focusing. Trying to figure out user password. So it's user, and our password is SERVICE. No, E with a regular E. At IP address. Let's grab our Hackbox IP address. Let's see if that gives us something. Move DC sync hashes. Nothing in there. Cat DC sync hashes. I got nothing out of that command, bro. I think I have a command in my notes for this. Let me see here. He's a member of account. Do I have to create an account though? Or can I just run the DC sync command from here? Just DC. Service al fresco. This is the command that I have in my notes. It's very similar, but it is a little bit different here. So we need the IP address of our DC. Password of user we control. What that is. SERVICE. Actually, now that I think about it, I might have just... Oh no, I gave it the right password. Domain, htb.local. Target user. Administrator. See if that works. Something went wrong, of course. Something always goes wrong when I do it. Then you can add new user exchange Windows permissions, so he also has generic all permissions. Then exchange Windows permission users, so the new user can do a desync attack and get the hashes to the domain admins. So I have to create an account. You had a shoe experience and missed some. What's a shoe experience? Welcome back, Cypher. I'm all the right up. I had no idea what I'm doing. To go back to the WinRM show. Somehow I lost control of my shell. That's absolutely wild. Oh, I'm typing on it. I don't know why I can't see it though. There we go. How do I get rid of this stupid thing? So I'm just adding the... Why isn't this auto scrolling, bro? Can I just use this, please? Like, why can I not use it? Why does it have to be full screen in order to use? Bro, why can't I make this small? Of course, I can run the same script as a guy in the write-up and it don't work. Go figure. Every ActiveWatch stream goes like that way for me. Add object is not recognized as the name of CM. Add object ACL. I don't know what else to do. That's what it told me to do. Oh, we can just do bypass for MSI? Wow, I did not know that. That's pretty crazy. I did not know you could just type that in. You can just bypass AMSI from EVO1RM. Why didn't it just do that automatically? Isn't that something you just want to run all the time? Can I add the thing now? Still not working. So I shared it with you while it's not working. He's telling me to don't. He didn't tell me to get this, but I had that put in Power View. How do I import Power View? Sporting the blame for me. I have Power View. Change our power view over to here. File not found. Power view PS1. Oh, it's 'cause it's gotta be a capital P and a capital V. Oh, that's right. I gotta give it John's password. What did we give John's password? ABC123. Oh man, I don't know how to typing. ABC123. Oh, there we go. We got admin hash, baby. We just need this part right here. Alright, we can pass the hash with the UORM. So we just do this. Paste the admin hash -H -U Here we go. That's the box. I thought this box was a bit hard, to be honest with you, or at least the user flag was easy. That was a lot to take in there at the end for the root flag. Alright guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out. If you haven't followed the channel already, hit the follow button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Check out my podcast, The Hacker's Cache, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or here on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Peace out. Take care. Have a good one, Kyser. Out. Thanks, Ahmed. Thanks for watching.